Stone medicine is ancient and powerful. In the tradition of Chinese stone medicine that I was trained in, stones are thought to work on the deepest level of our being. Stones work on emotional, spiritual, and soulful levels of healing. So if you want to experience healing on the deepest level of yourself, stones are the medicine to turn to. That said, there are legit concerns about the sustainability of sourcing crystals from around the world. So this video is about how to work with local stones in a way that is sustainable and fun to create profound medicine in your life. I'm Asia Suler, Earth Intuitive, teacher, and author of Mirrors in the Earth, and this is 3 surprising ways to work with local stones. Local medicine is powerful. When I was in herbal school and in my training, one of the things that I learned is that working with local medicine is actually so much more potent than working with medicine that you import from elsewhere. And the same is true for stones. Local medicine creates a direct relationship between you and that medicine, which makes the healing 1,000 times more potent. So even though it may seem like the fancy crystals in the crystal shop are more exciting to work with, the reality is that even the humble stones around your home carry really profound medicine. And the truth is, local stones want to work with you. Humans and stones have a very ancient relationship, so I promise you, the stones in the landscape where you live are already calling out to you. So the first tip is to do research to find out what stones are local to your area, what minerals figure prominently. You can do geological research, you can look up local field guides, but you're going to be surprised by how many minerals and how many different types of stones are going to be available in your local environment. Things like quartz or feldspar, agate, or mica are very common in the world. I have done a lot of rock hounding out in the world, and I've been able to gather all kinds of stones just from walking around certain environments. Stones like garnets, carnelian, serpentine, aquamarine, clear quartz, pyrite, tourmaline. So get your hands on a local guide so you can at least know what to look for and really do some research to figure out, how does this mineral appear? Does it also appear in the matrix of other stones? And this can help you start to recognize that mineral when it appears in the stones around you. If you live near a beach, you can look up to find out what minerals the beach is made of. One of the most common stones that you find in sand is quartz. Quartz is everywhere on this earth, and quartz is such a powerful and versatile stone to be working with. If you want to go rock hounding and find some local stones, some of the best times to do it are after a rain and to go in places where the water has flown. So riverbanks, storm runoff, anywhere where water has flowed and new earth has been exposed is a great place to find these stones. Now, all of this said, even if you never learn the name of any minerals or stones in your environment, you can still work with stones. There are still stones there that want to work with you, and you don't need to know what their common name is. All you need to know is that you're being called to be with them. So how do you work with these local stones? Well, one of the first things I always recommend to folks is just to have it on their body. So keep it in your pocket, put it under your pillow at night. The more you are in physical relationship to the stone, the more that medicine will be available to you. You can also place that stone on an altar, perhaps a special consecrated place in your home, so that every time you see that stone, you're reminded of the work that you're doing with that stone and your local landscape. If you've been able to identify the stone and the minerals that are within it, and you know that those minerals are safe for ingestion, you can also make a stone elixir. And this is done by putting that stone in water overnight and drinking that water first thing in the morning. If you're not absolutely sure that that stone is safe for ingestion, then you can always make an energetic elixir by simply placing that stone nearby a cup of water, perhaps on your altar or on your bedside table, and then just drinking that water first thing in the morning. So the next tip is to work with a really unexpected source of stone that is probably right around you right now, and that's gravel. So often we disregard gravel, right? It crunches underfoot and we don't even think about it. But gravel is often taken from the heart of mountains. So this gravel, this stone, is sacred. It's coming from the heart of the earth and it's around you everywhere. And I have found working with gravel can really bring a lot of healing to the planet, because a lot of these practices of getting gravel is highly extractive and intrusive, and so working with gravel in a reparative process creates so much healing for yourself and for the world. You also might notice that this gravel has different minerals in it. I often find where I live that the gravel contains quartz and mica, so there's a lot of specialness to this gravel, and I often find that the gravel is so happy when we are working with it, recognizing it and honoring it for its medicine. Children also love being able to rock hound in the gravel. So if you learn about some minerals that might be in the gravel nearby you, you can go out with your children and see what you can find. You'll notice that kids don't draw boundaries between this is a special stone and this is an unspecial stone. Kids love all stones, and they get really intrigued to pick through the gravel in your driveway and find special treasures. So your kids will also show you that the medicine is all around you. The third practice is to find a gatekeeper stone. So a gatekeeper stone is a prominent stone in your environment. It could be a stone that was naturally occurring. It could also be a stone that was imported or brought from elsewhere. But see if you can find a stone in your local environment that seems to emanate power and energy. These gatekeeper stones are powerful places to leave offerings and to ask to be in communication with the unseen world. Often that gatekeeper stone literally works as a gatekeeper, and so if you can approach that stone with honor and respect, often it will open up a line of communication and dialogue with the wider world and the landscape as a whole. I have a gatekeeper stone on the land where I live, and I often call in that stone and connect to that stone before meditation, journey work, or channeling. And I find it really helps not only ground me, but open that field of perception to the unseen world. Because as I said at the beginning of this video, stones have the ability to take us to the soul level. And so when we work with stones, we are inviting healing on this level of soul and spirit. So now I'm curious, what stones are you drawn to in your local environment? Is there a stone that you already know is a gatekeeper stone? Did you pick around in the gravel and find anything special? And how is this all landing with you? How does it feel to work with a local stone versus something you might find in a stone shop? And if you want even more support in creating a deep connection with the stones, check out my online course, How Stones Communicate. The course will go over how you can open this line of dialogue with the stones, what things like the mineral content, composition, and location of stones can tell us about their medicine. And the course will open up this ability for you to become your own healer when working with the minerals and stones. So you can check out this course as well as all of my other online offerings over on my website, onewillowapothecaries.com. And once you're there, you can take a free quiz to find out your earth healing archetype. And spoiler alert, one of them is a stone. So thank you so much for watching, and big blessings on this journey into mineral medicine.